Hey, what's up guys? This is Helsaad here, bringing you a game of Starcraft 2. This is going to be a Zerg versus Zerg, my 8th game. First Zerg versus Zerg ever, where I get 6 pooled and cheesed. And, so that's fun. But I wanted to cast a game of this, just because I've been really enjoying Starcraft 2. I got it as a Christmas present, and I've been playing it since yesterday, because it's Monday night right now. I'm casting this, and this music seems kind of loud for me, so let's turn that down. Not music, sound. Just put that down to 50%, because that sounds like a good number. Anyway, my Overlord is headed up here towards this spot right here, because I think it's cross map, and his Overlord is headed to this spot right here because he thinks it's cross map, and he's actually keeping an eye on his observer, which is switched to his view here. Has that 6-4 right there. Setup being made. See, he's keeping an eye on his. Here in a second, we'll see that his Overlord is going to see my Overlord, and my Overlord is going to see his, but I'm not going to notice. Let's see, he sees it, and he immediately heads down to here, where my base would be, and I just keep on trucking, headed up there towards the there-ness. And so let me explain a little bit. I was going to go for a fast Mutalisk rush this game and just go and disrupt his economy. But after seeing this Overlord come into my base and just scout me out because I have no anti-air, because in this fast Mutalisk build, there's an extractor popping, me taking like 3 years to get 3 drones on it, 4 drones on it. What was I saying? I usually don't get a queen until after my lair finishes, so I didn't have any anti-air. So this Overlord here was just able to sit in my main and just scout me out for like all eternity, and I really didn't. That's the worst thing you can do when you're, as far as I know, because I'm new at this game and I don't really know much. That's what I would assume is the worst thing to happen when you're going for a Mutalisk rush, is to be scouted out doing it. And usually, from what I've seen on the video that I watched on how to do this tutorial, how to do this how to do the fast Mutalisk rush build order, I should say. Oh God, being scouted doing it. Gosh, let me start over. When you see a lair this early in the game, usually it means they're going for Mutalisks. There, that's what I'm trying to say. But obviously I don't speak English, so proper English anyway. Just waiting on my Overlord there so that I can get my queen out and start taking out this guy, because I'm obviously not going to be able to go for the fast mutas this game, due to the fact that I was scouted. As soon as this leaves, though, I'm going to try and do it. I do believe... Bump in the microphone. Let me see here. What do I do? I think I built the lair now. Yep, there's the lair. And let me just slow the spec down to normal. My queen is taken out. Did he see that? He did.
Are under attack.
His queen is going to take that out. He's got the Zerglings here, and I don't think I noticed them for quite a while. I'm just gonna stick it on my view for a while. Just see what I'm looking at. Seeing my Overlord's still trying to find out where the heck they're coming from. He's just like, I don't know where they are, guys. Because he doesn't know where they are. Because I don't know where they are. Droning up right now. Let's look at the production tab. I'm building. Why the blue? No, I was a red Zerg. I'm building a lair, 2 Zerglings, and an Overlord right now. Whereas he's building nothing but Zerglings. There's my spine crawlers going down. I don't know what possessed me to get spine crawlers, but I guess it was just for general defense, but I guess getting spine crawler was a good idea. So my Zerglings up there, some my rally point there. Let me just look at the units tab here. I've got 18 drones, 2 Zerglings, and a queen, and then however many overlords. Whereas he's got 7 drones and 30 Zerglings that are gonna attack my main any minute. And here I send this drone over here, and I'm like, wait, why is this so low? Oh gosh, because being the noob that I am, I was gonna send it out and expand, being as though nothing was happening and I wasn't gonna be able to go for the fast Mutalisk. So I've got my Spire building there. My spine crawlers just popped. I'm sending my Zerglings in. He immediately goes for the Spire, which I think was a really good move on his part. I'm going to send my drones in along with my queen. I'm going to try and get some Zerglings up to deal with this threat. But so far, the drones are going to have to handle it. He's back at base doing nothing but making more drones. More Zerglings. He's got 240 minerals here, so actually I don't think he was paying attention to what he was doing outside of microing these Zerglings, which he didn't really micro them. He just kind of like attacked things. So my Zerglings are going to be able to take care of that. These guys are going to pop soon. But already the threat's taken care of. My Zerglings are good. My drones are going to go back to mining the minerals, and I was gonna send out my drones, my Zerglings here. I keep getting those mixed up. I was gonna send out my Zerglings here to counterattack because I was thinking, you know, maybe he's like here or here. I don't know why I thought he was here. But he could have been there. He could have, because that was one of the spots I didn't scout. These are all the spots that I've scouted. And here, this is where he actually is. And my Overlord is going to come in here. I'll just switch to my view real quick. We've got more drones going down. I decide that since all he's got is Zerglings right now, as far as I know, I'm going to go for a Baneling nest. And I'm just going to try and take those out that way. All my Zerglings are scouting. And my Overlord over here is gonna waltz into his base and see the queen, the drones, the hatch, and the spawning pool. And nothing else. Nothing over here that I saw, and I didn't really want to go any further because this queen is gonna get me. But it's gonna kill me anyway. So back at base, I think I decide that it's a good idea to build an Overlord since that one's gonna die, but we'll see about that. Here, more Zerglings coming in to attack me. I've got mine up here. I immediately sent them down here because I realized I'm being attacked. I'm going to recall all my drones here in a second, hopefully. I think I just decided to keep them mining as long as possible until they started attacking me. And here they come back again. And still, I'm just being a noob. My spine crawlers are actually doing a lot of damage to these. They probably took out like five Zerglings right there. Let's just look at units lost here. I've lost 12 units, and he's lost 46. So, in the end, he's actually lost a lot more units than I have, but he's keeping me contained to my one base. Now, if I were him, I probably would have stopped with just the Zerglings quite a while ago. And I would have expanded to my natural here and just started macroing. I might have kept the Zergling pressure on and just used this base maybe solely for Zerglings, or committed this base to drones and just used my expansion to go for Zerglings to just keep the pressure on. But here my Baneling nest is done, so I'm going to morph 7. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 7 Banelings. I've got no metabolic boost, no evolution chamber. For some reason, I really don't get an evolution chamber that often, and I'm not sure if I should. Let me just look at the APM here, so you get a good idea of how bad at this game I am. Look at that. Oh, 55 average APM. Oh, so good. So good. Just look at all these here. Spending. Economy. 2,500. Technology. 1,500. 250. And we both spent 1950 into our armies, which is interesting. So now I'm actually ahead of him in Zerglings as this macro war goes on. Micro war, sorry. And I just gotta keep withdrawing my banelings to make sure that one of those doesn't detonate them. I've got my Zerglings out here taking care of these, because I know that because he's sending that one in, he's probably got a ton back there as well, which he kind of does, but they're spread out oddly for some reason. And back to the expansion thing, the reason why I'm not expanding down here is because of this overlord right there. So I know if I expand, he's gonna know about it for sure, and I'm just, you know, not gonna be able to do anything about it. Maybe what I should have done earlier was build another queen and have it take out this, or maybe build a Hydralisk den or a spire, and just got some anti-air out to take care of that overlord, just so I could expand and actually not be confined to one base, which surprisingly is working out very well for me right now. I'm ahead on Zerglings, I'm ahead on drone count, and I've got Banelings up to take care of his mass Zergling only build. Still, he's got nothing but the spawning pool. I don't know why he's mining gas. Maybe he was going to go for his metabolic boost, which he never did. He has the minerals to do it right now. I don't know why he doesn't. I've started researching mine just because of all these Zerglings that were coming in. And I researched burrow as well. So I've got my burrowed Banelings and my burrowed Zerglings here, just so when he keeps coming in, I have to keep microing, just to prevent him from taking out like every single Baneling with like 3 Zerglings. Spawning more overlords, staying over here. I usually spawn like 4 at a time or something like that, just because I constantly supply block myself. if I don't, which is good. It means I'm good at this game. So I unburrow all these Zerglings and just send them over here. So overkill on that guy. Send him back up here. Get my he's got this one drone here for some reason. It's quite interesting. See, you know what he could have done as well. I think of a lot of things that he could have done. Whoops. I'm not entirely sure what I did, but it's okay. What he could have done was with this one drone here that accidentally came out of his came with his Zerglings. He could have expanded here, or he could have expanded here, because I have no way to expand right now. If I were to come out right here, from all he knows, I would come out with like 15 Zerglings, and he would just wipe my army. Right there, a bunch of Zerglings just popped, and now I've got 42 plus my 7 Banelings. Now the flaw with his strategy is either he didn't send enough Zerglings, and I'm really not a pro, but I'm just calling it like I see it, and I would love it if you would correct me, because right now I'm just trying to learn how to play this game. Again, this is my 8th game. I don't know if I said that. So if you guys have any advice or corrections to make, please make them. But from what I can see, the flaw with his plan was either he didn't send enough Zerglings and really just trash my economy and trash my drone line and just like trash everything, or he didn't macro up enough behind his aggression, which from watching some of the better players on YouTube, that's what you're supposed to do in Zerg versus Zerg, is when you're aggressive, behind that aggression you have to macro up and I guess get more tech and all that junk. But this whole time I was able to have these 20 drones going while he had the 10 alone. You hear my 2 Zerglings pop with their metabolic boost, and they're able to just own this guy. And here I've got centrifugal hooks being researched, but I was able to work off of 20 drones this whole time while he was only working off of 10. So over time I was actually able to gain the advantage, and if you see here, I've got so many more minerals. If I had an extra hatchery going, I could be producing twice as many Zerglings. I could have, you know, twice as much as I have right now. I could have like 100 supply, or 100 Zerglings by now, and I would just be able to just storm his base. But that was the good thing. That was one of the good things that he did, was he kept me contained to one base, which is really good. Because another thing I've heard is in Zerg versus Zerg, a really good thing is to contain and to macro up. He did the contain well, but he didn't actually start macroing until now, the 15-minute mark, it looked like, when I've got 90 food for some reason I'm not using. And here, I've got my... Oh wow, I didn't even remember to talk about that. But here I'm sending this Overlord up to scout to see if the way is clear for me to just come up here with these Mutalisks that I'm building right now. Well, obviously I'm not building right now because the Spire is not done, but it's going to be done in, you know, a matter of seconds. And immediately, let's see, immediately, Mutalisks. All of these right here are Mutalisks. Let's look at the production tab. I've got 7 Mutalisks on the way, and he's building a Roach Warren. Now that kind of, that kind of stinks for him, because Roaches, even though they are ranged, cannot attack air units. If you're a StarCraft 2 player, you know this. But I didn't originally, so I feel like I need to say that. But anyway, the reason for my building this Spire, I thought to myself, well, since I'm contained to this one base, and there's this huge gap right here of area that only air units can traverse, I noticed the map and I was like, if our bases are like right next to each other, I can send my here, hang on, I'll finish on that in a second. I'm sending my Mutalisks in here. I'm going to attack the Queen. He sees what's going on here, and in a second he's going to send his Zerglings in to go for the all-in attack. I see these in a minute, and I'm going to unburrow my Banelings and send them after him. Meanwhile, my Mutalisks are just destroying his economy. He's not going to be able to produce like any more Zerglings, other than the fact that he's got 650 minerals saved up. I didn't know that. My Banelings have unburrowed. He's in a really bad spot, and boom! Half of his Zerglings are gone. He's got the 2 left. There's nothing he can do. My Mutalisks are destroying his base. Leaves the game. Surrender. I probably would have done the same. Anyway, to wrap up here, I decided that if he built air units, I had nothing to counter them. And if I built air units, he would have nothing to counter them. So, anyway, I just thought that was a fun game that I played. Again, my 8th game. If you have any advice, any suggestions, or criticism, or comments, or questions, I implore you, ask them below in the comment section. If you did enjoy this video, which I enjoyed this game, so if you did too, I would remind you to thumbs up the video and subscribe if you feel led to do so, because I may be posting more StarCraft 2 videos in the future. My YouTube channel hasn't really been active as of late, but I might start getting back into it as StarCraft 2 commentator, but we'll see about that. I'm not going to make any conclusions as of yet. But anyway, thank you for watching. Again, thumbs up the video below if you haven't already. Subscribe if you would like to see more, and if you feel led to do so. And leave me a comment, question, criticism, all that junk. I already said this. But thank you for watching. My name is Helsaad, signing out. Peace.